Yikes. Oh, you guys are falling all over the place. Trying to get you settled on this tripod so we can go out swipe together. Do I look like The Rock today? What's up, Dwayne? We're outside in the great beyond. I thought I'd come out here and do a quick garden tour. We have not done one in quite some time, and it snowed. And so I actually kind of wanted to see the life of the garden to find out what we have left. But anyway, I'm gonna flip you guys around so you can see what we got going on in this garden. And I don't know, you tell me what we should do, okay? These are our strawberry patch. This has the strawberries and our kale. Now these things might power through. We do have some snow on them, but they're still not looking too bad. These aren't withering away. I'm a little more concerned with the broccoli that I have down at the end, so we're gonna go look at that. That's the last thing we'll look at. Here's our collard greens. They were already struggling a bit, but these are hardy greens that can, you know, push through a little bit of snow and a little bit of frost. We are in zone 6B. Regardless, what we'll do is just keep an eye on some of these things, see if we can get them a little bit bigger. I don't think we have any more snow in our forecast, so I think we should be able to leave them out here, let this snow melt down, and just see how they do, if they grow a little bit more. Regardless, what we'll do is harvest what we can, make a small salad of what we do have available with what's grown in the last couple of weeks, and go from there. What I read is you can just go ahead and leave these in the ground. You know, of course they'll go to seed, or what we'll see is them sprouting up again in the spring, which I guess just means we kind of sowed a little early. But in a sense, like these things we didn't necessarily sow early, but we just weren't expecting a frost. We've got our turnips here. These are probably the most covered. We'll see how they do. These are pretty hardy still. They're still looking pretty good. They're still green. Again, like I said, it only snowed just, I want to say, not yesterday, but the day before. We weren't even expecting it to stick, so we didn't even think to cover these guys up too much. But we'll see how these do. I might try my best at uncovering them a little bit and just going from there. Dang, I just pulled up. He's gonna see us doing a little bit of a tour. This, I believe, is where we put in our carrots and radishes. Nothing has sprouted yet, but we'll see where that goes. Hi, we're doing a little garden tour. Great. We've got our mustard greens down here at the end. These are probably the biggest. They've grown the fastest out of all the greens that we've had. I'm just trying to pick the snow out with my bare hands so you can see the actual lettuce. But yeah, there's that. And we'll just see how these go. Looking about the same as far as it just being green, not too wilted away or anything. I'm looking at the roots of the plants and they're still looking okay. They are hardy plants and they're okay for a little bit of cold and frost. I think I'm a little more concerned because it's winter. I mean, because it snowed. But I don't know if you can see, but the sun is out, you guys. So the snow is melting. So we'll give it a bit of a chance to see how it does this week. This is where we planted all of the garlic. Again, there is some snow here. And nothing has really sprouted there. But today it is December 2nd. I want to say that we planted the garlic and the carrots and the radishes maybe early to mid-November, because we did our final clean out of the peppers and everything at the very end of October. So here are the broccoli. Now I was hoping we'd have some heads on these by now. Nothing quite yet, but they're still looking pretty strong. Chelsea had me concerned. She said that they were dying, but these actually still look pretty good in all honesty. So I'm hoping the snow melts off of these puppies and we can still get some life out of them. I was hoping we'd have some heads on them by now. This is broccoli and cauliflower, by the way. No heads on these yet, but lots of leaves, and I see where the head will be growing. It's starting there. So that was kind of my concern, that you know, with the head not having grown yet and it's already getting pretty frosty, if we'd still be able to get a good harvest out of these guys. We'll see. To me, this is, I believe, the cauliflower. The cauliflower seems to be struggling the most. Looks like it might have some damage here. Yeah, the cauliflower had a head on it. It might not make it. That guy is already peeking through. I'll cover it back up and we'll just see. Plant tried to protect itself, it looks like. Same here. There's a head growing on there. But we'll see. I'm just gonna cover it back up. We'll just see if it's able to give us some life. No heads on those broccoli left, just the cauliflower. And these might be, we'll see. We'll see how they do. I can't tell if those are insect damage. I think it might just be dirt, honestly. So we'll leave that be. But we'll just see how this goes. This actually gives me a little bit more hope, in the sense that we may at least be able to get some, still like harvest these broccoli and cauliflower leaves to eat, which we were told that that's pretty delicious in salads and stuff, and even in like little lettuce wraps. But just wanted to do a quick tour with you guys to keep you posted on how things are looking. It's always interesting because, like I said, this is our first year. I mean, you guys saw it from the beginning to the end. Even though we did kind of rapid videos, in the sense that we weren't putting the videos out live time, because we took a bit of a break during the summer, and we really still wanted to show you what we had been doing. So next year I'm more excited because we'll be able to do a little bit more live footage for you guys to see step by step, week by week, what things look like. And we're really, really excited to get that going. I think we'll start with sowing some seeds and getting some things started early next year in the basement. Just growing some things, getting some things started, like I said. But in the meantime, we'll start a little bit of an herb garden, see how that goes. But we're excited for what the future holds, and we're thankful for you guys jumping in on the channel. I know this is a quick video, but really just wanted to do a quick walkthrough with you guys. Well, I look like The Rock, you know? Who wouldn't want to see that? So, hi, pumpkins. It is exactly 24 hours since the last time we were out here in the garden. I just wanted to give you a secondary update with the snow having melted just a little bit. And sorry, I'm out here in flip-flops and my feet are cold, so I'm gonna make this quick. I don't know why this is the idea that I had right now in the cold, but I just wanted to show you because a lot of the snow has melted, and I kind of just wanted to share the state of the actual greens that are here and like how they're standing. I think the idea, we still haven't decided exactly what we're gonna do. We're checking the weather right now. This week it's actually going to stay cold, so we're seeing if there is going to be another day for it to really get warm again, and by warm I'm talking like 50s ish. You know, to see if they're going to perk up, see if they're going to continue growing. This cold really might stunt their growth. We'll see. They are again supposed to be hardy cold weather crop, but again, like, this is our first time growing this time of year, so I want to give you a quick look. So this is the state. So that's the kale here. And then we've got our collard greens. Well, actually, that's a radish right there. There's, I could see it, but there's some collard greens back up in there. That's probably kind of withered up the most. Turnips are on this side. These are the mustard greens, of course. These again were the biggest. These again were probably doing the best out of all 3 of the leafy greens that we planted. The broccoli, which I think I'm probably the most sad about, just because I really thought it'd be cool to get some good heads on these. Like I said, we will see how these go. If we can get a little bit of a warm day or two, we at least might be able to get our hands on some of these leafy greens. And we do have a bit of a cauliflower head going on in there, but so I'm going to do a little bit more reading on, you know, what we can expect. And I might hop back on here to kind of tell you guys what I discovered. It's, to be honest, I think I said this before, but it's not a lot of folks in our zone here. So, at least that I found on YouTube. So I'm trying to just read articles and things that help a little bit. But I think that's another reason why we want to do videos like this, because we haven't really found exactly what we're looking for as far as answers with what's appropriate. But I'm heading back in the house. My feet are cold. Hello, friends. So I think the last time we were out here, it was still a little bit frosty on the garden bed. And I thought I'd do just a quick tour so you guys can see how things are looking. I am amazed at what winter cold weather plants can do and what they're capable of, because a lot of these things have popped right back up and are growing again. We can see some of them struggled a little bit, specifically the turnips. They're not looking their best, okay? But other than that, let's let this video do the talking, okay? Kale. Got the kale. Looking a little thin, but I would still harvest and eat. We're going to give them a couple more weeks, see how the weather holds out. We don't have any more snow in the forecast right now. Just kind of slightly cold numbers as far as the degree temperature, but these guys are looking pretty good. Now these were always I wouldn't say struggling, but these are struggling just a little bit, but still excited about how they're looking after that frost. And here are the turnips. I feel like these are kind of the worst. They have a lot of kind of holes. You can tell something's been munching on them. It's probably the flattest little bunch here, but we'll do a little bit more research. But considering that it did just have a big thick layer of ice and snow on it, we're happy with how it's looking. Nothing here yet. I see a couple hoof prints. I did actually leave the garden open one day. It was actually the last video. I accidentally left the garden open, so I think a deer might have gotten in here. I don't see any like marks of it having eaten anything, but I think maybe it walked around a little bit. But here are the mustard greens. These are probably the best as far as, you know, kale and the collard greens and how they're growing. They're looking the best. Looking much hardier again. I'll try and do maybe a side by side just so you guys can also see what it was looking like with the snow in it, and then directly after the snow. And it was kind of withered. I don't think I mentioned the day because I actually don't know what day it is. I feel like it's December. I think it's the 6th. It's December 6th, yeah. Now the broccoli is what I'm the most proud of. We really were worried about this because we really wanted to see some broccoli heads grow in real time. So it looks like we're gonna get something here pretty shortly. And these are looking pretty nice. Even the leaves are back up. They're growing towards the sun, getting some more sun there. And the cauliflower head looks much better now. So that's really cool to see that. So we've got heads on all those cauliflowers. No broccoli heads just yet, but it's still pretty cool to see. I'll get some pictures of this and share it on our Instagram too, so you'll probably see a couple pictures of how this is going, maybe even before the video comes out. But really excited. We did kind of a 3-day look at what these cold weather plants, hardier plants, are like when we do get a little bit of frost. It was nice that we had some references online kind of assuring us not to be too hasty and kind of harvesting or pulling things out, just leave them alone. So I'm really glad that we did, because they're looking much better. And I know we say this a lot, but we really are just learning as we go. I think that's kind of the beauty of this journey, to get suggestions from you all, and also to see that you don't really have to know everything to kind of dive into something like this. At least in our situation, we are not yet dependent on eating this. We still live, this is definitely an urban garden. We still live very close to the city. So it's actually not urgent for us to be able to consume everything that we grow. I think eventually we would love this to be more of a stead life if we can expand, or even if we buy additional land where we do grow most of our food. And I think it could get to that as we practice growing what we do like, and learning how quickly things grow, getting patterns, learning exactly when to sow. And that's really what this whole hobby is about. So it's really cool to see that we did a little bit of research and we're able to get that broccoli, I guess essentially just leaving it alone. We were able to get that broccoli to kind of get back to life. So thanks so much for jumping in on this video. I'll leave you guys here. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but I kind of wanted to do a video like this. I've been wanting to do more of a, and not essentially a time lapse, but a day by day, how things are going and how they're looking. So it's kind of nice to see, especially in the winter, that you can grow some of these things in our zone B. That's where we are here in zone B, even if we got a little frost. So thanks for everyone who gave me suggestions on what to do and helped us out with even the purchase of our broccoli. Thanks so much for helping us, Nikki, with getting the broccoli and cauliflower here in the garden. And we're excited to share that with you. We'll definitely cook up something yummy with that. Speaking of that, I'm going to do a video, I think this week, and I'll share it with you guys likely next week. Sorry, I was checking out on Pilot. A video next week on we're gonna bake something with all of those sweet potatoes that we harvested. Originally we were gonna make it and like have kind of a bigger dinner with our family. With these COVID numbers, we kind of decided not to do that, not to have a big dinner. So we will just make something small for me and Chelsea, which it wasn't a ton of potatoes that we have left right now. So it actually will be perfect for just a couple of people, me and Chelsea, and maybe our brother will stop in and have a bite. I haven't decided if I want to make like sweet potato casserole, or what we call just yams, or if I want to make something like an actual sweet potato pie. I've actually never made a sweet potato pie, so that might actually be kind of fun to do, especially because just between you and me, our mom messed up a sweet potato pie that she made for us the other day, and I guess she said she didn't have enough eggs, so it was very mushy, and my mom has never done this before. She was devastated to the point where like it still tasted good, I still would have ate it, but it just wasn't her best quality. But she was so devastated that she threw it away. She made like 5 of them. She threw them all away. So I think it'd actually be kind of funny if I made one and it was like really perfect. And then we bring some slices over to her, like, oh, these are fresh from the garden. Yeah, if you had a garden, maybe your pies would have been good. I don't know. Who's to know? Who can say? Because you threw yours in the garbage. I actually think that would be fun. Okay, so well, happy Sunday. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thanks so much for jumping in our videos, and I really love the love from all of you. It is like it blows us away, all the love that you guys give us. Pilot, what are you eating? Y'all, come get this dog. Okay, bye.